Okay, so following my previous video, I picked up an issue on the new Schaller S locks. Just decided to do a bit of a test with a few different sets of Schaller strap locks I've got. I've got one strap pin from 6 different sets of S locks, 4 black sets and 2 chrome sets. I've got one old Schaller and one Grover. Now, as you can see, the S-lock ones all have the Allen wrench screw built into them. That's those 6 here, and I've just used a screw for the original Schaller and the Grover. So you can see those two Phillips heads. Now, this here is the new S-lock pin, distinguishable by, well, it should say Schaller, made in Germany on the bottom. And also, the locking pin has a weird cut into it. It's not a circle. This is an old Schaller one, Schaller made in Germany, and it's just a round pin. There's no cut into it. And another thing is the new one is taller. The sleeve is a bit longer because it's got to accommodate for that big thumb wheel instead of just a washer and a screw now. But also, some people have mentioned that does help give it a bit of extra length to get it threaded on with thick straps once it goes through a thick strap. But I've never had an issue with the old one anyway. Okay, so I'm going to get the locking end. I did email Schaller and address these issues with them. They did say that they said a couple times to make sure I'm using it as directed and to not use it with other brands. Of strap locks, and don't mix it with Grover and whatnot, and the other Schallers. So S-lock lock. I'm going to try it on all of these. So the first 6 are the exact same S-lock. So locking end, that's the strap pin, so it should lock perfectly. So I'm trying the first one, push it until it locks. It's locked in, okay. Okay. What I will note is though, however, you can see here, the pin doesn't drop all the way. So it's, I mean, to be fully locked securely, that locking pin should drop all the way into, the idea is it drops all the way into the head of the pin and locks fully in place. So the fact that it doesn't drop all the way down, so it's not locking as it's intended. And that's very firm on there. Let's try that again. And as you can see, I just pushed that off with my hand. So it doesn't always perfectly lock. Okay. So you really got to make sure it does actually lock, because yeah, it appears locked, but it's doesn't seem to automatically lock. You struggle to get that pin to drop in and lock it. Okay, here's another one. Another S-lock. Okay. Seems to fit a bit better in that one. Some maybe aren't worse, aren't as bad as others, but I'll show you the locking pin potentially drops a bit better on that one. Yep, there you can see a tiny bit of the silver pin, which is meant to drop right down. don't know if it's an issue with quality control or bad batches, but these weren't all bought in one hit either. These have been bought periodically over maybe a 2-year period. That one there's a bit higher up. Leads me to think it might be more problematic. Seems to be locking a bit easier, that one. Okay. Another one. Again, the pin doesn't drop down to lock it fully. Look how much of a problem that causes. I'll tell you, it doesn't happen often, but these do drop out of the locks and fail on me. And I believe that is the primary cause of that. Another one, the pin doesn't drop properly. Got one more. The other silver one. And again, the pin doesn't drop properly. Here's the old Schaller. Now, that pin has dropped all the way down now. It's seating well within the head of that pin, as it should, and I've got full range here of that. It's not hitting the top of that head and getting stuck. And this is a Grover one. Same thing, pin dropped completely and we got full range. As you notice, as we go back onto an S-lock one, it's very hard to get to move around. It doesn't have free spin because that pin is resting firm up against the head of that. It hasn't dropped all the way in to allow it to fully lock and to give you that free range of motion like we had in the other one. And that's strange when they say don't use the S-locks with any other lock. Well, it actually fits better with the Grover. It locks perfectly, won't move, than it actually does with the actual S-lock, the strap pin that comes with the lock. Okay, so I think you're probably safer off mixing it with a different pin where it's going to lock, but its own pin where it won't lock. Also here we have the Dunlop dual design, which is another great one. That locks in really close. Different concept. This one has ball bearings. They go inside there, but that is a very great concept. If the pins themselves weren't so bulky and ugly, I'd probably have them on all my guitars. But the cool thing about Schallers, they're slim, sleek, and you get them in lots of colors. So I've invested in a lot of them. All my guitars, except for a couple, have the S-locks. So I do really, or S-locks or the old Schallers. I do really like the Schallers, but yeah, as I've started to notice this problem with the pin not dropping all the way down, and guitars dropping out of their straps and nearly dropping and breaking because of that issue, starting to reconsider things. Perhaps I need to look at some other options. There's also the new Diodario one as well, which looks like a really good design. And here is the old Schaller locking pin. Same issue with the S-locks. So don't use the old Schaller end. That actually fails a lot easier than the new locking end. And here's the Grover on the S-lock pins. I can't even get it on there. Oh, got it on there. Locks, well, probably locks better than the S-locks. Anyway, so yeah, that was just a quick follow-up to show you what the issue is. And other people too have commented in my first video saying they're having similar issues. They've been using a Dremel to clear some of this away inside there so it locks better, but shouldn't have to do that. And I mean, you're ruining that thread. I mean, are you going to be able to get this screw back out of your guitar? Who knows? Other things, Schaller have said is if I've got an issue I should have returned it to the store. Well, you know, I didn't go and install it straight away and put it through vigorous testing. I mean, that should be done at the Schaller factory. Not something that I should be doing. As soon as I buy an item, I should be able to trust that when I install these, it's going to lock and not fail like that.